Hello everybody, welcome back to Pixie. Today's makeup tutorial I'm going to do for you is something a bit more festive, a bit more sparkly, a bit more fun, without being too much. I'm not really a massive tons of makeup just because it's Christmas girl. I will wear tons of makeup when I feel like wearing tons of makeup and hardly any when I feel like wearing hardly any. But I am going to put a bit of sparkle on my eyes. I'm going to try and do a sparkly eyeliner, but I mean with crystals rather than sparkly eyeliner. So let me get started. Okay, firstly, I need to sort out my skin. Now, it's been a bit, obviously the seasons have changed and I've had a few breakouts, which I kind of friggin' hate, but it happens anyway, and my skin's a bit dry and whatnot. My sister introduced me to these. These are Dr. Dennis Grace, who we actually met, and they are universal daily peels, and you start off with number 1 and you rub it on your skin and it tingles a tiny bit. These are expensive, but they're bloody awesome. Rub it on your skin, on clean skin, until it kind of dries out. Like, I mean the pad dries out. Sorry about my red nose, I've had a cold. I'll conceal that shortly. Then you go over the top of it with number 2. This is just to enhance what you've already done and make the skin even smoother. And then I go in with some moisturiser. And I swear my skin is so much better after I've done this. Makeup just sits on it so much better. Now I want to give myself gorgeous skin. Let's start this process. Now I have lots of foundations that I love at the moment. I'm really into Face and Body again. I'm really into NARS. I'm really into the Charlotte Tilbury one as well. I think this sits better on my sister than it does on me actually. I'm going to add a bit of primer first. Keep it radiant and shining. I'm going to apply that with a Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. This is going to allow that radiantness that my moisturiser has just given me to last a little bit longer. As you can see, this is my skin. I start all the videos with no makeup on because what would be the point in putting makeup on to show you how to put makeup on? Just doesn't make sense to me. That was, I don't know if I said, that's the Estee Lauder Radiance Activator. I've got all the Huda Beauty stuff ready to try. The foundation's a little bit full for this look, so I'm not going to use that now. I will use NARS, I think. Santa Fe. This is the Sheer Glow foundation. It's a medium coverage. You know, it's hard to say what coverage something is because some people this might be a full coverage, for some people this might be a really, really light coverage. Depends on your preference. I would say this is a medium coverage. There are some that are a lot fuller. I'm using the same brush just to buff that into the skin. Just going to take that bit off around my neck because otherwise I can't blend it down, can I? I used a pea drop size of the foundation. That's normally about enough for me. And I mean a small pea, small green garden pea, not a giant marrow pea or something. Broad bean. Just going to take what's left on my brush over my eyelids. If you get very oily eyelids, you might want to prime this instead of doing this step. Mine aren't. Leave the foundation to work into the skin because I'm going to come back to that in a minute. I am going to go on to the eyes. Hopefully that's not too bright. I've tried to dim the light so it's not too bright for you all to see, but I still want you to be able to see it. It has to be bright enough, but not too bright. Finding the right balance is impossible. Okay, I need a concealer. I have got the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer, and I'm just going to take that on a Expert Concealer brush and just pop that in here. I have very, very dark eyelids just in here where if you look under my eye, my socket bone dips in here, which means it's also going to dip in on the top and it goes a little bit darker. So I tend to highlight or use a concealer that's quite matte and a good coverage just to kind of lift that area a tiny bit. What's left on the brush, I can allow that to drag across. Then I'm going to take a medium shadow brush from Real Techniques and a Studio Fix powder foundation. Now I like this powder foundation because it's a little bit more coverage, and for the eyelids I want a tiny bit more coverage. You could use an eyeshadow base. I actually think this is better. I feel like they don't have as much payoff as this powder, so I like to use this as the eyeshadow when I want it to be exact to my skin colour. For me, this one is NW25, but they do tons of colours, so you'll definitely find your colour in this. Well, hopefully. Can't say definitely. I think they do about 60 colours, so it's quite a broad spectrum. So the majority of the product I'm putting just in this bit where my eyelid dips in, and then I'm just dragging it over the rest. Then onto brows. I've got a Charlotte Tilbury brow pencil. I like this one at the moment. I like to brush my brows through first because some of the foundation and powders has probably gone in there, and this will allow the actual colour of them to come through. Well, not actual colour because I have them microbladed, so it's not really my colour. And then I'm going to just start with the underneath to get a bit of shape there. I don't want them to look stenciled. I still want them to look like my brows, just a slightly tidier, more perfect version of my brows. Anyone that's got this pencil, did you know it has a little shade bit here for highlighting? It's a bit too shimmery for me, but just in case you didn't know, because I was a bit like, oh, I didn't even know that. I'm then going to run a little bit of gel through the brows. This is a Suqqu one in 01. I really like this colour. And I like that it doesn't have too much product on it, so when you rub it on, it's not too full on. I'm then going to go back onto the eyes. I have got some eye gems. These ones are Makeup Forever. These ones are Andrea Fullerton, and they are nail boutique ones. These ones are, not sure, just big ones. I've collected them over the years. And there's some coloured ones. I want to use some quite small ones. I'm going to try and do them along the lash line. I know some lashes you can get with those gems on, but I don't always think they look that great. So I'm going to try and stick them individually. So I have got some blue tack, just in case I need that. I'm going to see what's easier. I have got a thin, pointy cotton bud. What do you call them in America? I wonder how many people are shouting down the thing. Q-tip. I've got some glue, so I'm going to pop some duo glue on the back of my hand. This is the clear one, white one, that sets clear rather than sets black. I've also got my tweezers. I've got some really pointy tweezers, which I think is what I'm going to find most easy for doing this, but I'm going to try a few different things. We will see. Let's see how many of these we drop. I'm only going to show you a couple of them being put on because it's going to take a long time. Take the lash, pop it in the glue, place it on the eye, step away, and then go in again. On the eye, I want to try and get them as close as they can. Oh, has that gone on? Sorry, I'm moving, so it might have gone out of focus, but I can see the thing is on my face, on the eye. I will come back to you once I've done them all. I'm not sure if that is the camera is showing them, which is insane because they're so sparkly and gorgeous. I found it easier to use the tweezers. I did have my blue tack on standby, and to use blue tack you just put it on the end of a brush to pick them up and then apply them, but I found these pretty simple. All I had to do was just make sure I kept cleaning the ends of them because a little bit of glue gets on the end and then the sequins will stick to it, so you must make sure you keep them clean. I don't really see how that can't be showing, but from what I'm looking at, you can't really see it, but I just don't understand how it can't. So fingers crossed it is showing it. Okay, I'm then going to take some mascara on my eyelashes. I want them to stand out in front of it. I'm going to use the VB one. I've actually been trying a Kevin Aquan one and I really love it, but I haven't got it with me. I'm going to use the VB one because it's got a small brush, so hopefully I can make sure I don't get in the way of the sequins. Okay, now I'm going to go back to my skin. Now I can see how the foundation has settled in. I'm going to take a little bit of NARS Creamy Concealer in Custard. I'm going to apply that over my cheeks. A little bit over where I already put the other concealer. On my cheek. On my cheek, on my chin, and down my nose. My nose. I've got a Charlotte Tilbury contour wand. Let's give that a go. And we're going to take an Instapop cheek brush just to buff that in. That's nice because it's really subtle. I've then got this Charlotte Tilbury palette. This is a Look in a palette, Beauty Glow. And I'm going to take the contour that comes with that just to go over the top of that, but softly. I've chosen this palette because I want to use a few things from it. I'm just testing out all the products so I can do videos on them. I'm going to get a setting brush and the highlighter on there. Use it on the top of my cheekbones. A little bit down the brow bone as well. And then with the same palette, I'm going to use the cheek and the pop. So the cheek goes on first and kind of brushes backwards. And then the pop goes on the apples. A bit much blusher for me, but I'm going to blend that in. I'm then going to take this Hourglass black liner. This is gel eyeliner and the colour is Obsidian. And it is so black. It's so strong, so dense and goes on really, really well. I want to take that in the top waterline. Now I wouldn't normally put a red lip with this just because it would look amazing, but just because I don't very often wear a red lip. But I'm going to put a red lip with this look because I think it will make it really, really festive. So to start off with, I've got this Topshop lip liner in the colour. Does it have a colour? Girl Bye. I must try and point the camera down when I'm doing this because I always get close to the mirror and then you don't see the lip because I'm doing other stuff. I've then got this Ruby one. This is called Ruby. It's by Mercier. Now I need a lipstick to go inside it. I found the exact colour I wanted, which is Ruby Woo. That is the exact red I wanted. It's like velvet. Diamond eyeliner. And that's my finished look. You can add more eyeshadow if you want. You can take mascara on the bottom of the eyelids, eyelashes. You can do loads more with it. This is just my kind of done, but not overdone look. Hope you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. It's been behind you the whole time. And I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye. Oh, and don't forget to ask for videos, certain videos that you want, and we're more than happy to do them. I'm going to continue with the reviews. I have the Huda Beauty one to do next. I just need to try all the makeup and check how it lasts so I can give you an honest review. Take care. See you next time.